So, we just got our first trailer for Well, actually, no, I think this was another teaser trailer for Star Trek Prodigy, which is, for those who don't know, that is the new animated series for Star Trek, which I don't think we've had a Star Trek animated show since the 70s. And if you remember that one, that leaves a lot to be desired. I personally like it because of how camp it is. But, yeah, so Star Trek Prodigy was announced, I think, earlier last year, or 2019, and we just haven't really gotten anything, mostly because of, 2020 being 2020. But now we actually have some stuff that was announced that we know about, and we have a trailer for it. Not a lot to go on. Still, I'm expecting we're probably going to get a bigger trailer, because it's been announced that this will be a Paramount Plus strictly show, so there is that. That's going to be a Paramount Plus strictly show, and it's going to focus on, I think. Actually, let me back that statement up. It's going to be streaming on Paramount Plus and exclusively on there. But I also understand it's also going to be running on Nickelodeon as well. So I think it's either going to be running simultaneously on Nickelodeon and streaming, or it was going to be on Nickelodeon, then they moved it to the streaming. I can't remember which it was. So, this focuses on a group of aliens, which, by the way, before I go any further, having an all-alien cast is really cool. I haven't seen that even in Star Wars, where you need it, because for some damn reason you need, a human character in a vast galaxy of all these amazing species to focus on humans. Yeah. So it's actually funny that Star Trek is doing this first, because this feels like a Star Wars show. This legit feels like something Filoni would, Dave Filoni would come out with, is we're going to do a bunch of young kids, they're going to go out in the universe, they're all going to have, plot armor, we're going to keep using them till they're overused. Filoni's made a lot of good stuff, but at the same time, it's really hard to connect with characters when you know that. I've talked about Ahsoka, and as much as I love that character, I've done a whole thing about talking about Ahsoka and how I feel like she's been overused as of late, and that's kind of what's killing my interest, because I do watch Bad Batch, but I'm not watching it a lot. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But bottom line, I do find it funny that Star Trek did something that you'd think Star Wars would do first. And yeah, a non-human cast is really kind of a cool concept that I haven't even seen in any sci-fi show. So I really enjoy that. There is a lot of questions to this, because we do know Janeway is going to be part of this. She's going to, the original actress is reprising a role to voice Captain Janeway again. We do know that this is going to be, but that's it. That's really all we know, is a bunch of alien teens find a old Federation ship, leave the planet that's been terrorizing that they've been terrorized on and left as slaves, and go out in the universe, and they encounter Janeway. So I don't know if Captain Janeway's like their Zordon or something. She'll show up and be like, Rangers, cadets, we have a mission for you, or something. I don't know what the case is for that. So all I know is Janeway's back. It's cool. I like Janeway, but yes, me, who is the best Star Trek captain, it's my boy Sisko. My man Sisko is the real MVP of Star Trek captains. I think we all deep down, everyone says, oh, it's Picard, or Kirk, or this and that, but deep down, Sisko. I'm totally not a huge fan of Deep Space Nine. No, of course not. Yeah. Anyway, so, that's all we really know, and we don't know the timeline either. We really don't know. That's the big thing that's bothering. I am interested in this show, don't get me wrong, but what's bothering me about it is that we just don't really have a lot of context for where in the timeline is, because it's more infuriating. And at least, say what you want about Star Wars and adding all this stuff, at least there's a consistent timeline for each thing. There is a legit consistent timeline in the Disney Star Wars era. You can at least pinpoint, okay, this is here, and that's there, this is over there, this is over here, at least that. But with Star Trek, I really do feel like they're playing really fast and loose with the timelines. Like they're playing fast and loose in Discovery, Picard. Like there really doesn't feel like in these new, and that really. Oh yeah, when I talked about the first animated show, and that's really it with Prodigy, I completely forgot Lower Decks. Sorry to back up on that. I know someone was going to comment already and go, oh, but what about Lower Decks? I was like, I forgot about that show. I'm sorry. But anyway, getting back on topic is that it doesn't feel like there's any real connect with any of these Star Trek shows. And I don't, they keep saying, there's a major connection, with all of these. Like, everyone behind these say, there's a major connection with all the... There's a timeline there. But I was like, I don't see it. It just feels like you're playing fast and loose with everything. I mean, that's what happens when you get Alex Kurtzman, the guy who created the Mummy remake with Tom Cruise as your main guy for Star Trek. Clearly a guy who's tone depth with anything of nuance, so... But, yeah. I also find it fascinating that we haven't. While I did say I like the idea of an all-alien crew, what is weird is that we don't have an alien aliens a species we know of. Like it's all completely new aliens. I'm like, at least give me an Andorian or a Gorn or something in this crew. Like, give me something that was because if you just said it didn't feel like a Star Trek thing until we saw the ship. And then we heard the theme, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Star Trek." And then Janeway's here, so I would have liked, and maybe later on in episodes we'll get other alien characters to show up as main cast. But and I understand animation allows you to really play with stuff, but the whole thing with Roddenberry was that a lot of the humans, a lot of the alien extraterrestrial life forms they encountered were meant to be very human-like. I kind of wish they stuck with that, because a lot of these don't look a lot of human-like. And also, if you really want some more connective tissue with Star Trek, I would have liked to have seen, I'm not saying, the main ones like Klingons and Romulans, but, maybe have an Andorian, or, like I said, Gorn, or something of the main, core. Or even a Cardassian. If we're, yeah, we could really do the Cardassians, or, hell... a shapeshifter, I'm totally not like I said, I'm totally not a fan of Deep Space Nine. Oh, Sirree Bob. That's my stupid ass wink. Anyway, yeah, or a shapeshifter, or maybe a disconnected Jem'Hadar from the Dominion. Something that make this feel like, okay, this feels very much like a Star Trek show, more of a Star Trek show. Maybe that's just me. I am interested in this show, don't get me wrong. It's just maybe I'm asking for a little too much. And who knows, maybe the cast will be bigger. Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, I'm interested. It'll be fun to see something that isn't it'll be fun to see how they play a Star Trek Kids animated show. And it'd be cool to see Janeway, but again, timeline is just bothering me. But, hey, maybe it'll all be explained in the show. So, anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Star Trek Prodigy? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.